Friday morning.
We've made it somehow.
We've made it to Friday. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bench with the Tovar Brothers. We are the Tovar Brothers. Joey here, joined by my brother Angel. What's up, man?
Hello, Friday.
Hope you had a great week. Happy Friday, January 5th, 2024. As I'm talking here, you're gonna hear it. I'm like an old truck at this point in my life.
Got a little warm up. And then 2 later, it'll smooth out.
Yeah. I'll cruise at 60, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Well, I don't know what that means. On this episode, we're going to get into the news. And then we're going to get into this week's slate of games.
Oh, man.
I'm not going to waste much time here because we have a host of scenarios going into week number 18 as the playoffs are 8 days away.
Some of these teams, playoffs start Sunday.
That's very true. Playoffs for a lot of these teams start Sunday. And but the wild card weekend is 8 days away. So close. Black Monday?
Black Monday is coming up.
Coming up here. Could be the final Bill Belichick game of our lives. I mean,
top of the head, right? Belichick, Rivera, right?
Yeah.
A couple head coaches that we know are going to be cut.
Yeah. Maybe a couple surprises. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Belichick though. I mean, the last time he wasn't the coach of the Patriots, you were a little boy.
I was a little boy. Yeah, I feel like Monday is going to be a big show for news, so make sure to tune in Monday because that's usually when, if Belichick gets released or cut or fired or part ways or whatever, or however they word it, that's going to be awesome. I mean, bad for him, but awesome for us.
We'll get into all that playoff scenarios though today on the show. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the show.
Hi.
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like this video if you do like it, and then subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything we got going on. We talk football 3 times a week, no matter what.
That's got to be our saying now.
All year long.
That's got to be our saying now.
Yep. And just welcome to the show. Thank you for spending a couple of seconds with these 2 idiots talking football. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast, thanks so much for listening to the audio version of Bench with the Tovar Brothers. We're so happy you joined us, and we have a faithful crew, of course, on our audios only.
Yeah. Hello there.
Hello. It's just let's do some great audio just for
some ASMR.
Yeah.
No, that makes me anxious. Oh, no. Cover my ears. Joe, stop. It gives me anxiety.
Follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok, all the socials, as we put up reaction, news, highlights, clips, all sorts of stuff up on those different platforms. It's search at Bench Show, spell it just like that. And we'll see you on there as well. Okay, week number 18, going into a week here that I think there's a record amount of. I know there is a record amount of teams that are still technically in the playoff hunt.
Yes,
it's the most I think ever, or tied for the most ever. I don't have the number. I don't know why the number 48 came to my mind. I was like, that can't be right.
48 teams.
There are 48 teams still in this playoff thing. But I don't have the numbers, so I'm not going to say it. But yeah, so it's gonna be a fun week. A lot of teams with a lot of things to play for. A lot of teams with a lot of things to play for. A lot of very fun quarterback matchups.
Yep.
Because there's some guys sitting.
A lot of backups.
I'm so excited to see my boy Carson.
Carson
back
wins.
in the league.
Somehow he snaked his way back onto a roster, and now he's gonna play a game. Good for him.
This is an Eagle thing.
Yeah,
Eagle fan thing. But I love that his start is coming kind of in his redemption story, right? Oh
my God.
Is coming in LA. Because that's where he jacked up his knee. That's where in my mind, that's where Carson Wentz. That's the last time we saw Carson that I loved.
Now he's Carson.
Now he's Carson with the that's funny.
Also, real quick.
Yeah.
For some NFL fans, pointing to myself, this is the last week that you're going to watch your team play football for a long time. So enjoy it. I'm talking about Bears, Broncos, Panthers, those teams who there's nothing, there's nothing to play for tomorrow. Just enjoy football tomorrow because once it's gone, it's gone.
Well, you Bears fans, you better buckle up. You have a long off season ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the news very often.
Yep.
And we'll be talking about you for a couple weeks here. Other quarterbacks starting tomorrow confirmed. Jeff Driscoll.
Oh, good old Jeff.
Yep. Nick Mullins back in the saddle.
He just threw a pick right now.
Trevor Siemian there. Easton Stick.
And then,
of course, Commanders legend, Sam Howell back in the saddle.
Man, at one point this guy was leading the league in yards, and we were like,
he fooled me for a hot minute.
We're like, is he good?
He fooled because he was leading the league in touchdowns too.
Yeah,
fooled me for a hot minute, but fooled me twice. Shame on me.
Yep.
Let's get to the news. Don't call me a magician, but Dalvin Cook will sign with the Baltimore Ravens and have a playoff run there in Baltimore with what everyone thinks is the best team in the NFL. I think the perfect fit.
Home run.
Yeah.
A guy who's we don't even know if he's good this year because they didn't really play him very much over there in New York. But great ad for them.
It's going to be a great fit for that Baltimore Ravens running back room, and it feels like personality-wise, he's a great fit. Kind of a bunch of older running backs who were much better at some point in their career.
Him and Melvin Gordon just swapping stories.
Oh man, do you remember?
Remember in 2014, dude.
We were it.
Dude, we were it, dude. We're Hall of Famers. That's what they say.
So Dalvin Cook is in Baltimore. This was an amazing stat I saw. 56 of the most watched events in 2023. I'm talking about fashion. I'm talking about politics. I'm talking about sports. I'm talking about anything you could think of. 56 of the most watched events in 2023 were NFL games.
56 out of what?
The top 56. Sorry, say it like that. The top 56 things watched, live events, were NFL football games. I think we have a problem.
I think we have a MLB, NBA problem. They're not exciting enough. We love them.
Wait, what are you talking about? You would go negative with this. You would go negative.
We love them, but the NFL is just king right now. No, it's just their time.
Those sports are fine.
Baseball,
the NFL is just taking over.
It's crazy,
and this is why every time I get pissed off that I gotta subscribe to Peacock or to NBC, whatever, to watch a football game or pay whatever YouTube is charging next year.
Yeah.
It's because we're gonna watch it, and they know they have us.
Like, we can put whatever number they want.
Be mad as you want. You're gonna pay it. Anyway.
They're addicted. They're gonna watch, and we will watch it. And we even started a podcast because of it.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty amazing. Okay, so we talked about Bill Belichick a little bit in the open, but Patriots Bill Belichick reportedly, and this is why these are the kind of things I put this in the news because these are the kind of things that are coming out about him as to why they just have to move on. He's just kind of out of touch with today's NFL. A report came out. This is via the Boston Herald. Okay, so pretty reputable source. Bill Belichick wanted to keep current Eagles defensive coordinator Matt Patricia as the team's offensive coordinator despite a historically bad season. I believe they scored 31 touchdowns in 17 games. But Robert Kraft ended up pulling that plug and making Bill Belichick get rid of the lifetime defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator. These are the kind of things that are most likely going to be the end of Bill Belichick.
That's wild. It's wild that happened, and also that it's the end because all these stories are leaking out.
Right.
Patriots in their prime, nothing got leaked. Zero things. Right now, it's leaking for a reason. I think it's just everyone's kind of just reading the right on the wall. Belichick's days are numbered. That's terrible though. Why would you want to keep him? That offense was terrible. That's just you being stubborn about it.
I don't know if this is true. That's why I didn't put it in the news, but it sounds like it's something that might be true. I read that Bill Belichick hasn't signed I think first or second or third round pick to a second contract since someone he drafted in 2013 or something like that. Yeah. Like basically he doesn't sign his top picks to a second contract.
Well, he's bad at drafting.
Well, too.
That's why you don't sign
that
them.
Too.
Yeah.
But even his good picks, like he doesn't sign them. It's just this if you're a Patriots fan and you want Bill Belichick back, I get it from the stance that I'm a Laker fan and I never wanted Phil Jackson to leave.
Yep.
I get it in that sense. But it's just time.
Yeah.
I like Bill Belichick. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this version of Bill Belichick.
No.
Like this he's not ruining his legacy because he'll always be remembered for that Patriots run.
6 titles. Yeah.
But Brady doesn't have this kind of stink at the end of his legacy because he kind of he won and got out.
Yep.
But we need to see this end now just so we can get a nice, clean and to the Bill Belichick role.
Yeah, it's probably good for him to get a nice clean start. Like he's been in the same spot for 20 whatever years, and
Right.
yeah, go somewhere new, get new face, and then make sure you get a GM buddy who can draft, and then start over.
Nick Caserio is rumored to be open to going back.
That's the Texans guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So maybe he's going back home. Texans, I know, would hate to lose him probably.
I mean they had a phenomenal draft.
They've done very well.
So
Okay, so Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams has shown his support for interim coach Antonio Pierce. Quote, that's who I wanted, and he's my vote. That's basically how the whole locker room feels. It's clear that the players love Antonio Pierce. I think I hadn't believed it before this week, but I think he's going to be their coach next year.
I think if you get the locker room to back you up, I think you just have it.
You're a star player.
Yeah.
Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, these guys are
Backing you
mega stars who Mark Davis knows he cannot lose these guys.
Yeah.
Like these are the backbone of his team if he's going to compete in the AFC. And so I think he's going to be their coach.
But this does take you out of the Harbaugh sweepstakes. So you have to really, really, really decide, is this guy, do we need him more? Does he fit our culture more than Harbaugh can fit our culture?
Yeah. Harbaugh could really shake some stuff up.
Yeah.
Because everyone would want him.
Yeah.
I mean, last time he was in the NFL, he was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Raiders could say whatever they want about how much they love, Antonio Pierce. Harbaugh comes available. It becomes really.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm a Pierce fan. He kind of fits the whole mold of a Raiders head coach. I love him there. But if Harbaugh becomes available, you should not be, we have Pierce. Harbaugh's pretty freaking good, too.
We will see how that plays out. That's another storyline we'll be following is all the coach turnover.
Yeah.
This offseason that will be happening. Last thing here, second to last thing, two-time Pro Bowl running back Saquon Barkley went on a little bit of a run yesterday about his future as a Giant. He admits he wanted to be a, quote, Giant for life, but that dream is in serious jeopardy. He said this, if I did hit the open market, hey, that's God's plan to go another team and continue to build my legacy for myself. And kind of on in that interview, kind of just, hey, I don't want to leave, but I feel like I'm going to type thing. Is next year Saquon Barkley, is he playing for anyone else but the Giants?
It's tough because they tagged him already, right? This was the tag. So now it would double if you tagged him again.
I believe the tag would be 12.9 or something like that.
No, because if you tag him twice, it doubles. You don't get to tag him for the same amount.
No, I checked it. I think the tag this year was 10, and the tag next year will be 12.
Okay, good. But either way, kind of like the Belichick thing. They're not going to be good next year. Giants aren't going to surprise anyone next year. It's just time. Move on, Saquon. Like I know you want to stay, in New York, but if you want to win a championship, I don't know if that's the place to do it, buddy. And I love Saquon. Everyone loves Saquon. But there's teams Texans who could use a running back, and teams like a lot of teams who could use a running back who are going to be good next year. Now I don't think he's a Giant next year. I think the Giants going to say let's move on. He said let's move on and just clean breakup.
That's what it should be, I think too. As far as like destinations for him, he wants to get paid still, which I don't know after this offseason who's getting paid. Because
running back wise, yeah,
Eckler fell off a cliff. Miles Sanders got the biggest contract, and he's a total bust.
Josh Jacobs got a whatever deal. He hasn't
been great. The only guys that really performed last year after getting paid was
JT performed okay, but he's been hurt a lot this year too. He got paid.
JT was okay. Saquon was okay. McCaffrey, did he get paid? No. I mean, there's not a lot of running backs that got paid and then went and performed. Really, if you look at the top running backs in the league as well, it's like. Raheem Mostert and like guys that the team basically took a committee approach and one of them popped off.
No, I like I've been saying since offseason, these guys need to just go under the thing that we're hired gun. We're gonna do a 1-year contract with teams that need running backs.
Yeah.
Saquon, sign a 1-year deal with the Baltimore Ravens, you might win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And then next year sign with another team. Just start collecting checks.
I'd like to see him with the Texans.
Texans are good, yeah.
They have a ton of cap space.
That's the first thing that came to my head was Texans.
Yeah. And maybe he'll be 27 next month, so it's starting to dwindle down here. But we've seen Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry. We've seen guys be successful in those later 20s because everyone assumes 26, 27. running backs just fall off a cliff, and for the most part, they're right.
Yeah.
But there are some of these special running backs that last all the way. I mean, Henry's about to reach 30.
I mean, Zeke's still good. He plays for a bad team, but Zeke's
yeah.
still good, yeah.
Okay, let's move on here. Last thing before we get into this weekend's games, the Pro Bowl roster came out. This is a fan voted, so sometimes it gets a little crazy. We've seen in the past some backup quarterbacks make it. We've seen just all sorts of stuff going on. Should we go through the roster or just through some of the snubs? Because there's some people who are very upset about being snubbed.
Let's go through the roster because the people who made the Pro Bowl need to get some praise because they made the freaking Pro Bowl.
Let's give your flowers so you go play dodgeball and wherever they're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the NFC quarterbacks are Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, and Matt Stafford. Dak, of course, love him there. Stafford came on late, was hurt most of the season, right? Or a lot of the season. Purdy deserves to be there. Absolutely. He had a great year. Anyone there that you feel was snubbed in the NFC as far as quarterbacks that probably should be on this list that isn't?
I mean, I want to say Hurts, but he didn't but he had like 14 rushing touchdowns though.
Yeah. Well, he has 14 rushing touchdowns.
Right, 14?
Yeah, as far as like the two total touchdown leaders in the NFL didn't make the Pro Bowl. That's Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. So you don't love that. I don't know if Matthew Stafford's a Pro Bowler because I always think of Pro Bowl like Pro Bowl should be pretty similar. Like this list should be pretty similar to the All Pro.
Yeah,
like it should be pretty similar,
like the best at their position. But it's fan voted, so some fans just vote more than other fans.
LA maybe just being a big market.
Yeah,
get Matthew Stafford in.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. Whatever. It's the Pro Bowl. It's not a huge deal. Matthew Stafford's balling. He might win the whole freaking thing.
Yep.
AFC Tua Tagovailoa. Took me literally 3 years to learn how to say that name.
Tagovailoa. He made people say his name right because he's good.
I love it. Lamar Jackson, the MVP. Patrick Mahomes makes it. I'm sure there are some quarterbacks in the AFC who are pretty upset about that.
But Mahomes, he's like you said, he's the best quarterback in football. He's just having.
There's just a
terrible.
This is the respect thing.
Yeah, this is just you're. This is like LeBron getting into the All-Star game. Like you're just LeBron. Yeah.
Moving on to the running backs here, Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, absolutely. Career year at 31.
Yeah. Probably the only year he'll ever make the Pro Bowl.
Go there, dude.
Hey, let's get him on the All-Pro thing, too.
Yeah, Raheem Mostert, collect some duffel bags there because we won't be back again. Duffel bags, he gets a picture.
Takes everything.
Everything will come with you. The hotel towels.
James Cook, running back for the Buffalo Bills.
That's fine. It's the last one I don't like.
Derrick Henry.
No.
Why? He had a great year. He really did. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Who would you put in his place?
Okay, put me on the spot. Even though I didn't ask for it. I don't know. I feel like there's other AFC there's other AFC running backs. But, yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry, good for him. Might be a legacy thing, too.
Definitely some respect there,
yeah. This is more the line with Patrick Mahomes. Like, you got to put Derrick Henry in there. He's probably terrible at dodgeball.
I'm trying to top of my head think of running backs as well. I can't really.
You know what they need to bring back for the Pro Bowl is that I saw a clip when they had quarterbacks throw as far as they can.
I remember that.
I want to see that. Like
That's
Mahomes
awesome.
Versus, Tua's going to lose. But like Mahomes versus whoever, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay,
over to let's stay with the AFC and we'll get to the NFC after. To wide receiver in the AFC, Tyreek Hill. Yes. He may have a partially burned down home, but he needs to be on the Pro Bowl roster. Yes. Everyone was safe.
Yep, everyone was safe, so we can joke about it. Shut up.
But a little boy was playing with a lighter.
He's just a little boy, dude. Come on, he's a kid. Who didn't play with a lighter as a kid?
It reminds me of one of my brothers.
Yeah,
who definitely would have done that. But yeah, Tyreek Hill, family's fine.
Yep.
House partially burned down. I think he has the money to fix it.
I think he's okay.
Mm-hmm. Second, Amari Cooper.
Amari.
Okay. Amari Cooper's in there. Keenan Allen had a great year. Jamar Chase, he's a great receiver. It's not his fault. He just only had a quarterback about half the year.
Yeah.
So, sure. Tight end, David Njoku. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he had a good end of the year. I mean, Kelsey made it, right?
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, so and then Mark Andrews got hurt. A lot of
Travis Kelce, I believe, was the leading vote getter of the whole thing. Thank you, Swifties.
Swifties came in hard for their boy.
We'll go through the linemen real quick as far as the starters. Larry Tunzel from the Texans. Look at that Texans representation. Deion Dawkins, the Buffalo Bills. Quentin Nelson from the Colts. Joel Bettino from the Browns. That Browns offensive line better be recognized here.
Yeah.
They've been just warriors.
Yeah.
And then Creed Humphrey, the new big man on the block when it comes to centers in the NFL. He's been statistically the best center for a couple years now.
Yeah. Him and Kelsey kind of holding it down for the best center.
Yeah.
Kind of switch off every year.
Defensively, there's so much good defense in the AFC.
Yep.
Let me read you the names here. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, who's just super underappreciated.
Leading the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Jones, Quinnen Williams, Justin Madabuke.
Yeah.
Get to know that name. He's one of the best defensive tackles in the entire league.
Also, is about to secure a big bag this offseason. So you should know who this guy is.
TJ Watt. There's my
JT Watt. That's his twin brother.
TJ Watt, imagine. Oh, God. That'd be terrible. TJ Watt. What?
Why would it be terrible?
To have a brother named JT?
And then TJ?
TJ?
That'd be cool. Like, you can get
that sounds like a mental nightmare for me.
Oh, as like a okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah. Yes.
Turning the clock back.
Him and Mostert go there, collect everything that you can.
Yep. I mean, Khalil Mack's been there before, though.
Yeah, so that's true.
Khalil Mack should honestly show up and be treated like a freaking king.
Yeah.
You're a legend, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we're glad you're here.
And I think his second year, he made an All-Pro as an outside linebacker and an inside linebacker.
Good for him. Too bad he wasted it on the freaking Chargers.
Raiders. And Chargers. Yep, you're right. And the Bears. Everywhere he's gone,
I'm talking about this year.
Oh, yeah.
This year. One last year on the Chargers.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the Chargers.
Another guy who's going to get paid here, Josh Allen.
Yep.
The Jaguars. They better retain him.
Give him what he wants. He's very good.
Or else it's just your boy Trayvon Walker.
Yep.
Who no one talks about.
No.
Inside linebackers, Baltimore Ravens said, we'll take care of this. We got this one, guys.
We got both.
Roquan Patrick Queen, make it there. Your boy Patrick Surtain heads up the cornerback list next to Sauce Gardner, two just stud young cornerbacks there. Jalen Ramsey on the Khalil Mack.
He's played well.
Plan. Him and Khalil Mack just be some old heads there.
And Mostert. And Mostert on the same workout program.
Love it. Denzel Ward, very, very unappreciated. Someone who I know got snubbed is Denzel Ward's countermate there, Emerson. They have the lowest passer rating against them two. They're 1-2. Emerson be number 1.
They have Newsome, another good cornerback. That's why they're so good.
They're stocked.
Yeah.
At safety, your boy Justin Simmons back in the mix. He's becoming a regular there. Minka Fitzpatrick, same thing there. Newcomer Kyle Hamilton. This MFer fell to the Ravens at the end of the first round for no good reason.
Yeah.
Just people decided that day,
I don't like him.
I don't like something about him.
Now he's a Pro Bowler.
Now he's just all over the place.
And I don't know if he'll make the all pro team, but I could totally see him making the all pro team in like years to come. He's a very good player.
He's a stud.
He does a lot for this Ravens defense.
He's on the Ravens. Jeez, good for you, Ravens. Yep. A couple of special teamers here. Justin Tucker back on the list, but I want to get to your boy, Mr. Marvin Mims Jr.
Phenomenal.
First year Pro Bowler as a returner. Marvin Mims will be going to the Pro Bowl. Yeah. I think he's gonna be a stud in the dodgeball game.
Yeah,
small, quick.
Yeah, I think him and Tyreek will have a real competition in dodgeball. Okay, small, quick, fast kind of guys. In real life football, he's a very good returner. Yeah. Someone tell Sean Payton that he's a very good wide receiver. I don't think Sean Payton knows.
We'll see what he is as a wide receiver at some point.
Yeah, because he's very good.
I know every time I've seen him play wide receiver, he's going to touchdown.
But Sean Payton's like, nope, little Jordan Humphrey, get him out there.
God,
that's literally what happens.
Little Jordan Humphrey is the most ridiculous player I've ever seen because his name's Lil Jordan Humphrey, and he's massive.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's like he looks like a big teenager out there.
Yeah, it's like
he's kind of awkward looking too.
It's like calling a big guy tiny.
Like his proportions are off.
Yeah, it's just like calling a big guy tiny. It's just like he's just like
you know what I'm saying though. Like his proportions are off.
He's an oddly shaped human.
Yeah, like he kind of like he's I don't want to get too more. I feel very close to being racist, but I'm just saying like he's just an oddly shaped man. And his name's Lil Jordan Humphrey, and he gets out there, and he's just the most frustrating thing for me to watch.
Yeah, well, me for a different reason, because if you have talented wideouts, and they just...
There's also that.
Yeah, so whatever.
Over to the NFC here, we already touched the quarterbacks, Purdy, Prescott, and Stafford. At running back, Christian McCaffrey. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep.
He was going to be our MVP if Lamar Jackson didn't take over the freaking league. Kyron Williams of the Los Angeles Rams, the new Austin Eckler.
These Rams,
I'm telling you.
These Rams are really showing out here.
Yes. DeAndre Swift from the Eagles, interesting.
Interesting.
He had a hot start and kind of just regular.
1,000 yards, so you have that at least to fall back. Yeah.
Kyle Juszczyk,
Yeah.
beloved fullback from the Niners.
Yep.
At wide receiver, someone who's, I mean, he might be the best receiver in the league this year, CeeDee Lamb. I know Tyreek Hill's there, but he's just behind Tyreek Hill.
He has the most catches. He's like 100 or something less yards from Tyreek Hill.
That's it.
And we don't even realize. That's crazy. CeeDee
Lamb's having a hell of a year.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
A.J. Brown balling out this year. Mike Evans, in that he'll be hanging out with Dalvin Cook. Sorry, not Dalvin Cook. With Khalil Mack and Mostert. Yeah. But he had a phenomenal year in a contract year. He's going to have his choice of jobs where he wants to go next year. I want to see him in the Bills so bad. I think he belongs in the Bills.
Yeah. The Bills would be sweet. Chiefs would be sweet. And a lot of teams would love him.
Another rookie making it in his first year, Puka Nacua of the Los Angeles Rams, 14, almost 1,500 yards. He'll probably break the record for most yards by a rookie this year.
And we still haven't heard him talk.
I think, 29 yards to do so.
He's phenomenal. I haven't never heard him talk. He's just the nicest, sweetest guy.
Yeah. Go Puka. Another rookie here, Sam Laporta at tight end. He's going to be good for a very, very long time.
Stud.
George Kittle actually had a great year as well. Let's go through the the linemen here. Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, just stalwarts, always going to be there. Penei Sewell of the Lions, good to see him. He's kind of next in line. Zach Martin, and then Chris Lindstrom, a couple guys who also just always there. Landon Dickerson for the Eagles, newcomer there. Jason Kelsey, a very veteran line here for the NFC.
The old guys.
With Frank Ragnow of the Lions right behind him as well. On the defensive end, Nick Bosa, and then someone we're happy to have in the NFC, Montez Sweat.
And he's got paid and improved his play after he got paid.
Next year, this guy is going to be one of those guys.
In those tiers, for sure.
Aiden Hutchinson had a real strong second year.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald there.
Of course.
the GOAT.
Yep.
Dexter Lawrence, who I'm not convinced is good, but he always puts up good numbers.
You know who doesn't get any love is Jared Allen. I know he's not going to make a Pro Bowl anytime soon.
Jared Allen.
Oh, you guys right? The Commanders D tackle. Jonathan Allen. Sorry. Jonathan Allen.
Jared Allen.
Jonathan Allen.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Jonathan Allen never gets any kind of recognition.
Yeah,
he's a very good player.
He needs to get off the Commanders.
That's the problem.
Daniel Hunter, Michael Parsons, Hassan Reddick, all dogs.
Reddick, huh?
Fred Warner there.
Has Reddick had a good year?
He's had good spurts. I mean, he had strong first. I think he's up over 10 sacks now, but
okay.
There's been a lot of games he's just disappeared. So as an Eagle fan, sure.
Yep.
Inside linebacker, Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. Just keep getting it done.
Yep.
That Seahawks defense sucks, though. Cornerback, Deron Bland, Mr. Pick Six himself. Traveris Ward, who always just seems to have the toughest matchup. The guy who might be the best cornerback in the NFC, Jalen Johnson of the Bills, is going to get paid as well. What?
Devin Witherspoon made the Pro Bowl?
Yeah. No, he's great numbers. Don't take that from him. Okay, we got to finish up here. Jesse Bates, free safety of the Falcons.
Yeah.
Buda Baker and Julian Love in there as well. Raheed Shaheed, the return man. So Shaheed versus Mims, little dodgeball action.
I just want to see him in a 40-yard sprint.
Very nifty.
He's faster.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get back into this weekend's matchups with big-time playoff implications. Okay, we are back with Week 18 slate of games. The last time we'll go through a full slate of games here. Oh, that's sad to say.
Yeah.
Next time we'll do this is
a shot to a good year.
Week 1. Great year.
Great NFL year.
Good job, fellas.
Yeah.
Week 18 here is going to get started hot. Do you want to jump right into it? Or, I mean, I just feel like there's I'm looking at these slate of games, I'm thinking, there's so many different ways this thing could go.
There's so many alternate realities that can happen.
That's it. That's it. Okay, let's just get right into it here.
Okay.
Week 18, we'll pick the games, and then there's some games we want to highlight at the end.
Yeah.
So if we pass over games that's very important, like the Texans-Colts, don't worry. We're coming back to it because that game matters a lot, and I can't wait to see it. Yeah. On Saturday, the party gets started at 1:30 on ABC as the Steelers. I think Kenny Pickett's going to play. No?
Mason Rudolph, right?
Oh, Mason Rudolph's going to play. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
He's going to play the Ravens, who aren't playing anyone. Steelers playoff scenarios here need a win to have a chance.
And a lot of teams lose, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But they kind of have an outside chance here. But they have secured, once again, a 500 or better season.
Yep. So that's good.
So we should keep clapping at that?
Yeah.
Or
good for you for being average.
Yeah. Who you got?
I'll take Baltimore.
I don't care who they're sitting.
I don't care. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's playing quarterback for them. I don't care. I'm not picking him.
Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore as well.
Yep.
Okay, so Texans Colts. This is a playoff game.
Better quarterback. I'm taking Stroud.
Yeah, there's a bunch of scenarios we're gonna get into here. Let's just pick it real quick. You're taking Stroud. Yeah, I'm taking Stroud here. I think this is coming out party.
His moment.
Also, I mean the ball has to drop for Gardner Minshew at some point, right?
At some point. I mean,
we'll see. Over to Sunday now. 10 o'clock slate of games. Vikings and Lions. I believe this is a matchup of Mullins and Goff.
Yeah.
But do the Lions have anything to play for here?
Nope, but Campbell said we're not going to rest any starters. So, Lions.
Okay.
Stay healthy, please.
Yeah, stay healthy, everyone.
God.
Bucks, Panthers. Bucks obviously win this game. I just saw a tweet right now that Baker Mayfield is on track to play. Big game for them. They're playing the Panthers. Panthers, doesn't matter if they lose or win or anything. They don't have their first-round pick anyway.
And they're also very bad, so I'll take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, 2-14.
Yep.
An unmotivated bad team.
Yep.
That's what it would be cool to see Bryce Young finishes a terrible rookie season on a high note.
With the crazy...
As much as we like the Bucks.
Yeah.
Jets, Patriots. God.
I'm not watching this. I'm just kidding. I'll watch
the
it.
6-10 Jets taking on the 4-12 Patriots. Zach Wilson will not play. Trevor Siemian will start. Zach Wilson's year and maybe career is over in New York at least.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I'll take the Patriots in this one.
The Patriots have to win this game. You cannot send Bill Belichick out in a loss.
But bright side or silver lining.
Mr. Brightside?
Jets found themselves some 2 offensive studs this year. Garrett Wilson, is good. Breece Hall does not get talked about.
Okay, so the same guys they found last year.
Yes. I'm just letting you know. Now they're secure. Like, these are guys. So, just bright spot. Yeah. Even in the bad season, you still have offensive pillars. So.
Yeah, for sure. Falcons, Saints, another playoff game, really, in all sense of purposes. Heineke's going to start. Derek Carr is going to start, despite all his many injuries. I have some more stuff on this later, but who you got?
I'll take the Saints because they're just adults in the room here.
Yeah, I think Saints are going to win as well. Browns, Bengals. Browns are going to, I believe, rest everyone because they have nothing else to play for. Bengals have been resting everyone since week 4.
No, that's not fair. They had a nice season. I will not laugh at that.
Who do you got?
I will take the Bengals.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the Browns are truly going to rest.
Yeah. You can't afford any more injuries.
Yeah, you can't. Jags here are going to play the Titans. I would say the 5-11 Titans are going to lay down and die, but Mike Vrabel is just chewing out reporters and
we will not lose.
Yeah,
we've lost a lot of games this year, Mike. We will not lose. Mike, you've already lost a lot of games.
Yeah, just a couple minutes ago, Doug Peterson told reporters that Trevor Lawrence will be questionable for Sunday and that the decision could go right up to game time. He'll ramp up and try to throw more today. So
this guy, by his 45, isn't going to not be able to walk.
Yes, this could very well be the season in the hands of Chris Bethard. That's a rough slate there. The Jags have really fallen off.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm picking I'm picking the Titans in this game.
I'll pick Jacksonville just because it's responsible.
The Rams and the Niners in the battle of Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold.
Oh my God.
Niners don't need to play anyone. If I see a single starter on that field, I'm writing a petition to my local congressman.
Yeah. This is not okay.
My boy Carson is going to light up.
I'll pick the Rams.
Yep. Go Rams.
I'm going Rams.
Okay, Seahawks, Cardinals. Cardinals knocked off the Eagles last week. So how much further can they damage their draft stock?
I don't know. But I don't believe in the Seahawks. But I will take...
Because Seahawks are not eliminated. Yeah. So they're going to play everyone. They need to win this game.
There's a crazy scenario where they get in, But, I mean, let's see the scenario where they get in real fast?
Why not?
Okay. For Seattle to clinch a playoff berth, they need to win and Green Bay to lose, or they need to win and Green Bay and Tampa Bay to lose. No, sorry. They need to tie. Whatever. They need to win to get in, basically. I'm not going to go on it.
They need to win to get a shot, and they need some help.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That was too confusing.
Okay, your boys, the Denver Broncos, 8-8, are taking on the 7-9 Antonio Pierce Las Vegas Raiders.
Picking the Raiders.
This is going to be two teams that are just fighting off sheer pride.
Yeah.
They're going to play for it, but I feel like these aren't like teams are going to hang it up.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a fun game.
But
Raiders have a chance here to knock off the Chiefs, Broncos.
Raiders they're hot. They're too late to get.
Are they the second best team in the AFC?
They're a pretty good team under Antonio Pierce. I'll take the Raiders here.
Whoa,
which is crazy.
Yeah. Cowboys and Commanders. facing off in an NFC East classic matchup.
Don't mess this up, Cowboys.
It would be so Cowboys for them to lose this game.
Yes,
They're
would.
not going to. I think you have a little nugget on that maybe later, but 11-5 Cowboys taking on the 4-12 Commanders in what will be Ron Rivera's last game next year. Who knows who their quarterback is? Who knows that? I think, is McLaurin up?
No, he's still there.
We'll see if Jonathan Allen's still there. He clearly doesn't want to be there.
Yep.
So I mean, we'll
he's
see.
over it.
We'll see what happens there in Washington in the offseason. But Cowboys should wipe the floor with them.
Yep.
Got Cowboys?
Yep.
Okay, Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs.
Mahomes is resting.
Easton Stick. No.
Easton Stick versus who is the Chiefs' backup? I don't even know.
Blaine Gabbert's going to start.
Blaine Gabbert's going to start. Very nice.
I'll take good old Blaine.
Oh God, what a gross game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Easton Stick is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Eagles Giants, a game that the Eagles, I think they need to win, but they need help.
Swear to God, if we lose this game,
They better not lose this game. The 11-5 Eagles take on the 5-11 Giants. I got the Eagles, but I'm not really confident in anything Eagles nowadays.
Yeah, you're more like Eagles?
Yeah.
Eagles. I'll take Eagles here, but not very confidently, like you said.
Okay, so the last two games here are my favorite games in the entire week. One of them has huge playoff implications. The other one has very minimal playoff implications. The Packers could get in the playoffs still, which it would be cool to see Jordan Love in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this battle between Justin Fields and Jordan Love is so much fun to me. It's so I'll say this, and it's so delicious.
That makes me uncomfortable. It's a very nice matchup.
It's a lot of fun, man.
Delectable.
I mean, it's for the culture of the NFC North, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's just like such a huge game. They'll all be tuning in. The Packers are juiced up on their boy, Jordan Love. Go talk to a Packer fan.
Yeah.
And he is probably wearing a Jordan Love jersey.
Yep. We have a little nephew who has a Jordan Love jersey now because the hype is very big.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And then the Bears. I mean, their fans are chanting it. I'm not sure Ryan Poles is chanting.
We're chanting it.
We love it. Yep. But we'll see. This game means so much for the future of Justin Fields. It means so much for Jordan Love, just establish himself as, hey, I'm the best quarterback in the NFC North, and I'm here to stay. I mean, this is a huge, huge game. Who you got?
Oh, man, I'll take the Bears, to be honest.
Go Bears, baby.
I'll take
Justin
Fields. I think Fields just cements everyone like, I'm the guy.
Yeah, we saw him a couple weeks ago against the Lions.
Also, Packers get hot, but they get really cold fast. This year too.
Right.
So you kind of don't trust when they're good.
Yeah,
but I'll take the other Bears here.
Jair Alexander back. Not sure, no word yet if he's a captain.
Yeah, but you have to ask him though because he will not tell anybody else, and no one will tell him.
Mm-hmm. And then the game of the week is the last one we'll cover here at least quickly is the Bills and the Dolphins. The 10-6 Bills, 11-5 Dolphins. This game is for the AFC East.
Wild.
It's for the 2 seed.
Yep.
I mean, this game is just huge. This is a playoff game.
So, long story short, Dolphins lose.
Yeah.
They become the 6th seed. Okay. Bills lose. They need two other teams to win. So but if Bills win, they just win it. Yeah. So basically, you need to win this game to secure a playoff spot if you're the Bills.
We won't go into all the scenarios, but the range of outcomes for the Bills here is the 2 seed, AFC East champs, or not in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep.
That could literally all happen Sunday.
There's a nightmare scenario where
it's not even a crazy scenario though. It's 2 losses plus their win. Sorry, it's 2 wins plus their loss.
It's basically
and they miss the playoffs.
Steelers win, Texans and Colts don't tie, and Jaguars beat the Titans. Those 3 things need to happen.
Okay, so Jags win, Steelers win, and they're lost, and they're in, and they're out.
They're out. They're just out. Not making the playoffs.
So I'm saying two wins by teams that could very well win.
Yeah. So this
Jags could win. They're playing. The Jags playing again.
Titans.
Jags should definitely win. The Steelers could. I mean, we'll see on Saturday night. They'll know.
Ravens.
Soon. Yeah. The backups of the Ravens. They could definitely win. Bills here. I mean, this is exactly how the Bills season should end because I feel that they've been playing on this
all or nothing.
They've been playing on this all year anyway.
All in.
Yeah. Should be really fun. Who you got?
I'm taking the Bills here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely taking the Bills.
I am a believer.
Dolphins. Let's see it. I mean, we've been betting.
Please show us something.
You beat the Cowboys. That's great. Then you got just smoked.
Thoroughly smoked, rolled up, and enjoyed
by the Ravens. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into some of these games with some playoff implications here. Let's start with the Texans Colts. This game is on Saturday night. the nightcap in, I believe this is in Lucas Oil. Yeah, this is in Indianapolis, in the house that Jim Irsay built.
Don't you ever say it again.
The house that Peyton built.
That Peyton built.
Gardner Minshew. This is just exactly where we thought he'd be at this time of the year, just leading the Colts out of the tunnel into a playoff game.
Minshew won 6 of his last 8 games.
Put some respect on that.
15 touchdowns, 9 picks. He's not lining up, but he's doing enough.
Colts +1 is the line. Couple of injury updates here. Noah Brown has been ruled out, so not that he's some huge, big time player, but they're so thin at receiver anyway.
And he has good chemistry with C.J. Stroud.
For sure. Robert Woods also listed as questionable with a hip, and so they're pretty banged up in the receiver. It really hasn't mattered for C.J. Stroud. He just found someone to make it work. On the Colts side, Zach Moss listed as questionable with a forearm injury. Is that the same forearm he broke? Jeez,
he's had a little trouble.
Tape that thing up, my guy.
Yeah.
And then Kenny Moore, who I really like in that defensive backfield for the Colts.
One of the better nickel
listed
cornerbacks.
As questionable as well as a back. Okay, Texans Colts. Tell me about it.
Last time they met, 31-20, but that was week 2. That was before anything happened. Mm-hmm. That was when we didn't know who C.J. Stroud was. That was when
Anthony Richardson
they didn't have Jonathan Taylor. Right. Colts.
Okay,
big difference. Big difference. Okay.
Completely different team.
So Stroud's coming back. He came back last week. 1 touchdown, no picks. QB rating over 100. He's back. He's fine.
He's fine.
Stroud obviously is the golden child of this game because Puka Nakua's emergence. I'm not sure if he's rookie of the year anymore because it's him and Puka.
It's a great conversation.
Yeah. What I'm looking for is so the Colts have lived off of playing good defense and running the ball.
Yes.
Right? Their defense is 5th in sacks and 7th in quarterback hits.
And I'm glad you said that because no one talks about that.
No. They have 4 guys with over 7 sacks. So they're very well spread out.
Fantastic.
That's very well spread out.
Very good.
The Texans have given up the 9th most sacks. So I'm going to speak for the Colts here a little bit. If the Colts want to win, you need to dominate the line of scrimmage and run the ball. Because Stroud's going to go out there and tear it up. Because Colts do not have a very altogether good second. They have good pieces.
Yeah.
They need to get to C.J. Stroud early and often. Use that D-line led by DeForest Buckner and a bunch of no-name DNs, Keedy Pay and a bunch of, kind of journeyman ends who are having phenomenal seasons. They need to expose this suspect at times Texans line. I mean, 9th most sacks in the league isn't great. Right. That's what I'm looking at here is the D-line of the Colts versus the O-line of the Houston Texans. And also, you need to get Jonathan Taylor going. Play this thing where you keep Texans off the field. Run the ball control. Pittman and Jonathan Taylor should have 10 touches or more each. This is a phenomenal game. JT in the 9 games played this year, 553 yards, 6 touchdowns. He has 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games, so he's getting pretty hot.
Yeah.
So this is what you want going into a playoff game. So that's. But my biggest thing, I'm looking at the D line of the Colts versus the O line of the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I mean C.J. Stroud has been pretty much unstoppable this year. I'm looking at his slate of games. He hasn't really had a bad game except against the New York Jets, who can get after the quarterback, obviously, and that have those stud cornerbacks. I agree with you. I think the only way to affect this man is to get in his face as fast as possible and hopefully cause some turnovers. Bad news, C.J. Stroud doesn't turn the ball over very much.
That's the only way that they win is if they could just get to him before it throws the ball.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Colts here, I think they have a very good chance of playing some keep away. The Texans' defense has played much better. But still, with some, they're not shut down JT there yet. We'll see.
And also a scenario, if Jacksonville loses, the winner of this game gets a home wild card game. So this is a big game. This is there's so much on the line at this game.
And the loser is just done.
You're not in the playoffs. Yeah,
you're not in the conversation anymore. Yep. So, God, this is gonna be a fun game. 2 teams that no one thought would be here. We didn't think the Texans would. I was watching commentary from last year's draft about when they picked C.J. Stroud and just people. We'll see. We'll see how it goes there. They probably should have taken more defense help or whatever. And here's C.J. Stroud now, just an emerging superstar quarterback. Leading the Texans into hopefully the playoffs. I want to see the Colts outside the Texans in the playoffs. Colts aren't healthy. Realistically, I don't want to see the Colts go into like Baltimore, even though they beat the Ravens in Baltimore, or any of these big AFC matchups. I want to see C.J. Stroud versus Josh Allen.
Yeah, I want to see Stroud. I mean, shout out to Gardner Minshew and the Colts, phenomenal season.
My boy Shane Steichen.
And if they win, then they deserve it because they beat C.J. Stroud. But I think everyone, including us, want to see Stroud versus these top AFC quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's Texans Colts. That's on Saturday night. So just it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for that game. Okay, moving on here. Let's go to the next game that we have with playoff implications. What do you have?
Bucks Panthers / Saints Falcons. Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the NFC South.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So let's preface it with this: if the Bucks beat the Panthers, then even if the Saints win or the Falcons win, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Bucks win and they're in. That's it. They clinch the NFC, and the Saints and Falcons have no chance of getting it.
Okay, so let's then say this. Let's say this honestly. Then the most likely scenario is that the Bucks are just winning in, and none of this other stuff matters.
But
in
case it
let's
doesn't
play it out.
happen,
Let's play it out.
Let's talk Saints Falcons a little bit. Saints won the prior meeting 21. No, sorry, Falcons won the prior meeting 24-15. Surprising. But at the same game, Ritter threw 2 picks in that game. So it's just kind of like they just won because they, Okay, so the Saints, this whole thing, like every game in the NFL, is quarterback. Saints defense is good. Okay, 6th in points allowed, 3rd in passing rating allowed, and 4th on third down.
They always got a good unit.
So they're good. Income's Heineke, just threw 4 picks last week, got benched. Then Ritter came in, right? And then threw 1 more pick just to complete the 5.
I believe Heineke's going to start.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
He's an ankle injury.
So the only way, in my mind, even though they won last time with him throwing 2 picks, to win a playoff game, you got to minimize turnovers.
Yeah.
I don't care who plays quarterback for them. They need someone who cannot throw a pick. Do not throw interceptions in a game like this.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be a dead horse, but maybe Arthur Smith, maybe you run the ball.
Maybe give it to your prized 21-year-old running back who's just...
Okay. I don't even like talking about it anymore. It's just
So, Tyler Algier, and he has a love affair with Cordell Patterson. But also, throughout this whole season of nonsense, Bijan Robinson only like 47 yards from like 1,000 yards.
Because he's
that good. He gets limited touches and is still that good.
Yeah.
So for them to win, please use your running backs. And the Saints just don't F it up. That's kind of
easy there, big guy.
That's kind of all they need to do in this game. Just don't F it up. Your defense is good. Your offense will do enough. Just don't F it up.
Yeah, on the Saints side here, Alvin Kamara hasn't practiced. Didn't practice yesterday on Thursday. We'll see if he's good to go. Chris Olave also struggling with an ankle injury, was limited on Thursday. So the very few, because they're dwindling down now in offensive weapons. Obviously, Michael Thomas is gone. They had Jamal Williams back there. So they could be, just to further your point, like, hey, Falcons, it's all right there for you.
Yep.
Like, just don't mess this up. Literally. This game is in New Orleans. Remember when that Saints Stadium was just, you could not win there?
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Yep.
Those are not the days we live in anymore.
Yeah, so just little scenarios for you. Atlanta can clinch the NFC South if they win and Tampa Bay loses.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then the Saints obviously can clinch it. Same thing if they win and Buccaneers lose.
So I'd say the most likely scenario is the Bucks clinch it.
Yeah.
The second most likely scenario is the Saints, I think.
Yeah. That would be if you had to order them, rank them.
What happens to the Buccaneers if they lose and the Saints win?
I think they're still in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've clinched the playoff win.
I think, yeah.
Okay. So that's the NFC South. Those two games both
false. There's a scenario where the Buccaneers just don't make So I would say they're not that good. Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, 8-9 gets to the playoffs. Both those games kick off at 10 a.m. So we'll know the winner of the NFC South here at the end of that 10 o'clock games. Okay, moving on here. Couple games to cover here, but we're gonna go straight to, because a lot of these games, Cowboys are playing the Commanders. They should win, most likely scenario.
Yeah.
The Cowboys would lock up the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Lock up the NFC East.
But in a scenario where the Cowboys don't win, the Lions have a chance to sneak in with like 3 wins and their win.
Right.
So
to the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And the Eagles would have a chance to steal the NFC. The NFC East.
Basically, the Cowboys win and they're in.
Takes care of it.
But little reminder, last year, the same game, the same opponent, Commanders, Cowboys. Cowboys were 12-4 at the time, had everything to win for. Commanders had nothing to win for, and the Commanders beat them week 18. The same scenario could play out here. This is football. You don't know who's going to win. They're divisional teams. They play each other very well. Ron Rivera could give his last middle finger and just say, I'm going to make the Cowboys not the second seed. So just watch out for this game, okay? But if they win, which they should, then the Lions will kind of not have the chance at the 2 spot. If they lose, Lions need them to win and 3 other teams to lose. So kind of,
Cowboys favored by nearly 2 touchdowns here, but we will see.
We will see.
Eagles-Giants, we just covered that. They need to win to have a shot at the NFC East. If the Cowboys win, doesn't matter what they do. They're locked to the 5 seed. Chargers-Chiefs, does not matter. Bears-Packers, we already covered it. Let's get into the game of the week here. That's the Bills and the Dolphins and the ramifications. Why don't you break it down for me?
Okay. By the way, this is the last game of the NFL season. So cheers for us for making it this far. Last time they played, Bills won 48-20. Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns. 2 or 3 for 2 picks.
So this was the first game. Hold on, real quick. Just got it. Wow, look at this. Bills coach Sean McDermott says Josh Allen, who has practiced fully this week despite neck and right finger issues, will be ready to go Sunday night. So he will be playing. Real quick though, that loss by the Dolphins to the Bills that you mentioned, that was the first loss that really shook us from the Dolphins' love.
I was like, oh wow, are they good?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Bills currently the 6th seed, winners of 4 in a row. Defense hasn't allowed 23 defense has really stepped up. Has not allowed 23 or more points in that win streak. So defense finally woke up.
Yeah.
Diggs also, by the way, in this we haven't talked about Diggs. I'm not sure what's happening. He's under 50 yards in 6 of his last 7 games.
Yeah.
But they're on a 4-game win streak currently. I don't know
it's a different offense.
This
man.
is just ever since like his name. Joe Brady took over. It's a different offense. It doesn't all flow through Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if he's going to take this well, but if they're winning and he doesn't get 100 yards, this is a real test for his character.
If Joe Brady is back next year running this offense, Josh Allen's going to win an MVP.
Yeah.
Because the only thing anyone ever has anything to say against Josh Allen is turnovers.
Yeah.
And in this offense, he's not turned the ball over.
But I mean, obviously. Yeah. And they're catching the Dolphins at like the best time for a Bills fan. They just gave up 5 touchdowns to Lamar Jackson, who had a perfect passer rating.
Yeah.
Dolphins also gave up 160 yards rushing last week.
Hello, James Cook.
But I mean, they're saving grace. I know they just lost Bradley Chubb. They're top 3 in the league in sacks and first in quarterback hits. So if they can get to Josh Allen, then maybe they have a shot. But I mean, from the way that we're talking, we're both picking the Bills here.
Yeah. The Dolphins are quietly turned into the one, like you referenced, one of the most injured teams going into the playoffs, which is not where you want to be.
No.
This game is in Miami on Sunday night. Josh Allen's going to play. Von Miller is a full participant. We'll see if he was healthy last week, and they just sat him, so we'll see what happens there.
Come on, Von, please be good.
Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle both didn't practice Thursday.
That's a big deal.
And so we'll see what check on what their status is as of Friday or Saturday. But they're injured. I'm picking the Bills, and I think the Dolphins are in trouble here.
Yeah, if the Dolphins lose, I think they are still in the playoffs. Like for sure, they're still in the playoffs. But the Bills, I'm picking them because this is their game.
Don't let my boy into the playoffs.
This is the game where everyone gets to know, because this is a national televised game.
Yes.
Everyone's gonna see it, and everyone's gonna think, oh, this could be a team that could win the whole thing. The Bills, out of nowhere.
Show up, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking the Bills.
I love the Bills. Yeah. I love Josh Allen. That's our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. We are so excited. Heading into Week 18, the beginning of the playoffs, really.
Oh, my God.
It's been a great season. Thanks so much for joining us all season long, all 18 weeks. We love you. We love you. We love you. Enjoy week number 18.
We'll see you Monday.
Hope your coach is safe.
Yeah.
See you.
Peace.